FILOOSH Talk back. We back, man. I'm serious. We're
Yeah.
gonna be more consistent, tighter shows, high level guests. We're gonna be talking that shit, man. We're gonna have some fun.
That's what's up, man. So, what you been doing during your like hibernation? Like, keep the people updated of what's been going on with Faloosh. Cause it may have been something going on. I ain't gonna grind you up. Like, bro, you could have like been getting like your degree in culinary. Saying I don't know what you was doing.
No, for me, man, I just had to take a step back from everything. I be really trying to keep my affairs in order. I'm a hardworking young brother outside all this shit. So, I just be trying to keep stuff in order, keep everything afloat. And, I just had to get some real life stuff in order. But, I'm back, man. I feel good. Everything's going right, with the blessings of Allah. So it's time to go hard, baby. We turned, man. I'm turned up right now, man. Honestly, I feel good.
That's love. So, did your food stamps hit, or are you still waiting for them?
Man, I ain't never had no stamps in my life, man. The mother don't even talk about stamps around me, you know what I mean? So, for me, it's different. I'm just like, it's crazy how the world is. Like, people don't know politics. Just to see these times where they shutting down stamps and the world is all, we all in a fizzy trying to figure it out. It's just a crazy time. That's all.
Because you came back around election time, and I don't know if this, political Faloosh run. I know basically what I'm saying. I don't know if this Faloosh run this time was like political. Like you seen all these things going on in the world, and you realize that the world need Faloosh, brother.
Man, they gotta have FILOOSH. Like, it's so crazy just with this podcast stuff and all that. A lot of people been asking me like where I've been, what I've been doing. So, it really motivated me to come back even faster. A lot of people love my voice in this space, so it just turned me up even harder. That's all. Just keep me turned. You know what I mean? I gotta go, even when I want to give up sometime.
So being as though, we just had an Eagles game, and the Eagles had just beat, Green Bay 10-7. AJ Brown, telling people to tick me off your fantasy team. Slim Reaper, still cooking. Saquon don't look like he gonna get 5 billion yards rushing this year, but nonetheless, like we still winning, and people is like doubting Jalen Hurts' leadership.
Well, see, for me, that's a real important point, man. The point of is winning important, how important is leadership, and what is a leader. So, I was having a debate on whether Jalen Hurts is a leader. And in my true opinion, Jalen Hurts is a very, very good leader. He's a leader at so many things. First of all, he's an example. When you're young and mature and you're teaching young players good work ethic, how to practice, how to train, keep your body in order, not be in the clubs till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, he's been an example to the team. So other than that, I was listening to him in a huddle, like when the Eagles be huddled before the game, and the way he brings the team together just shows me he has a lot of leadership skills, man. Some people don't understand the word leadership. So for me, even if he don't have the most yards, if the receivers not getting the yards they want, he's figuring out how to win. And he has a lot of time to grow past this time period, so his ceiling is high,
Yeah, and as far as my time, he seemed to be the most winningest Eagles quarterback we had. And no disrespect to Donovan McNabb. I know we went to like the NFC, whatever, 3, 4 times. We was winning and winning. But like at the end of the day, we ain't win. His leadership didn't pass him that threshold. So you gotta respect Jalen Hurts, because like Nick Foles, you know what I mean? Like,
But just to think this young man beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, man.
and he could have did it the first time. We
You see what I'm
barely
saying?
lost. They had to shoot Patrick Mahomes up with fentanyl in the league for that man to come back.
Some real rap. He figured out how to practice, get better, come back. Saquon, make it. This is a real team, man. So it's bigger than Jalen Hurts. It's bigger than our receivers. our running back. We're a collective team, man. I mean, good thing somebody was saying we wouldn't know who to crown MVP if we had to pick an MVP on the Eagles, and that's the crazy part is sometimes that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That means you got a collective team where nobody is exactly standing out and has to be the superstar.
Devontae Smith.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Devontae Smith. It's going to be somebody that we can give it to. I don't know how you shaped it great, but my point is that we don't have a super standout person at this point in the season. Is a great thing, and we
Agreed.
still winning. You know, so that might make history too. A lot of people saying we making history for, how many yards Jalen Hurts had on Monday Night Football. Listen, man, young boy way past that, bro. He trying to win another chip. So let's bring it home to the city, man. Do the Gilly dance or something, man. We gotta get happy. We gotta celebrate our youngin', man. Hurts
No.
doing this thing.
No, that's real. So, being as though we got a lot going on in the media, how you feel about this whole thing about supporting black businesses? What does that mean to you?
Well, first of all, black business has changed a lot. A lot of people have given up on our black businesses, whether it's restaurants, clothing, any of that stuff. We hold our people sometimes to expectation that's too high. And on the flip side, we got to have our businesses intact. You can't tell nobody to support your restaurant and that food nasty.
Mm,
That's a different thing. So we gotta, as people, we gotta start to know business. We gotta start to know what works and what's good, what people want. Even in the food industry, find something that's real good that you make good. Specialize in something. I don't care if it's the wings, the cheesesteak, the burger, but don't have a restaurant where nobody know nothing that's good on your menu. You just got a bunch of stuff, and that's what's going on a lot sometime in business. So I try to support many black businesses that I can, whether it's restaurants, whether it's clothing. I'm not one of them people who I gotta be branded in this way or I follow the trend. So I'm always supporting, man.
so, how do you feel about people that take Fruit of Balloon and just put FILOOSH on it and say is the original design?
Well, I believe though you everybody does that in a way until you make it to the majors. You know what I mean? People don't really know fashion and distribution. Nobody really makes these clothes or have ownership until you get to the majors, till you deal with distribution, until you really getting the tags, getting the fabric, you making stuff from scratch, stuff like that to have ownership to. You know what I mean? Everybody is branding through somebody else. I remember years ago they was talking about that with Milano. Oh, she putting her stuff on some brand that, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
for real, that's how everybody get up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure she made it to the distributions to where she didn't have to put her label on something. And that's my point. We do that until we get to that point. FILOOSH took every step. I done dealt with the majors, the distributors, my tags, my labels, everything on everything. I dealt with wholesalers, all that. So I know it take time, man. People be asking me, you make clothes? No, I don't make clothes from scratch. I'm not stitching, soda stitching, nothing. But yeah, I'm heavy in it, man. I got time in, man. And, like I said, till you really get to the factories and distribution level, we all putting our stuff on somebody else's shit. In my opinion, you know what I mean?
So, what advice would you have to a person whom chasing their dream, but everyone around them don't, support them? Like some people should have probably said, "Yo, why you trying to make clothes, bro? Walmart is hiring." Like, what can you say to that person that when nobody believe in them but them?
Well, honestly, man, I got a deep story with my clothing stuff. Like, my partner I started FILOOSH with, who was motivated and a soldier like me, he was killed. So, I got a smaller company, more word of mouth. So I always had to stay down till I came up, man. Like, I've been on this FILOOSH thing for a minute, man, for over a decade. So, when I start getting the right recognition and people really loving what I'm doing, is a lot of love and respect and admiration for it, and really count my blessings, because I've been saying this for years, man. On the Blood Brothers album 2007, I was talking about rocking FILOOSH. You know what I mean? So there's always something that in life you gotta stay down because you don't know when your time coming. You know what I mean? That's with anything, whether it's music, podcasting, being an athlete. You have to stay down. You know what I mean? And you gotta stay working on your craft because you don't know when that time is coming that you gonna hit that lick, man. So I just try to stay consistent at everything I do. Count my blessings. That's it.
So while you was like home, was you checking out the Sixers?
For sure. I mess with the Sixers, man.
So who's been the most be outside of Tyrese Maxey? Cause I ain't gonna let you take the easy way out. Outside of Tyrese Maxey, who's been the most impressive to you on the Sixers?
The rookie, I forget how you say it.
VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, Edgecombe is like, he got the heart of a lion. You can see like a young Iverson in him. You know what I mean? I really like that young brother. Like, the Sixers got a really good squad, man. Like, when we can play together, in my opinion, we need to trade Embiid today. You know what I mean?
For who? For what?
It don't matter. It don't matter because it's going to be hard for him to run with these young guys. And the amount of workload he take and get hurt and take time off is not going to connect. We need to figure out Paul George contract. He like $230 million. Yeah, these older guys that get hurt a lot, they got to go. We got some of the youngest, flyest young boys in the league.
So you don't think there's no space for Embiid or Paul George?
No. They hurt too much. Paul George, you starting the year off hurt. You've been hurt last year. I don't know what you hurt from. It's over, man. It's over.
So we got
You know how much he get paid?
Between them two, it sounds like $500 million.
Yeah. Paulie like 230. They say, just to watch the games, man. That's like, after coming from Ben Simmons to Sixers, we heard a lot from guys sitting on the sideline watching us play. So we can't keep having these contracts, max contracts, 200, 300 million guys just watch us play.
These Andrew Bynum contracts, these
Man, that's
Chris
crazy.
Webber contracts.
Yeah, and they talking about Embiid. It's like 50% play. He only played like 50% of his career, man. So, and we in the times where they talking about load management. Dudes want to sit out. Yeah, like old school basketball don't come from that, man. You playing or you not, man. And a lot of that happened with all that money, these big contracts. Players can pick their team. They can pick when they want to play. They can lie and say they hurt. So we gotta take it back to the true sports, man. They already got these guys fixing the bets
I'm
and
about to
shit.
say they shaving points, and
we already got the guys
Yeah.
shaving points. So
And they
like keep the
shaving.
NBA good and honest for us, so we can keep watching it, man. We don't want to think these dudes shooting bricks for DraftKings and nothing, man. This shit crazy, bro. So
Right. Now it's now because we run the NBA, and it's like people be on that weird stuff. Like, so the conspiracy theory thing, I ain't gonna say it's weird. So do you think it's a magnet on the rim, and they saying it's like some magnets inside the basketball, and it's like some mags in the rim, and they make sure certain people's shots go like, and sometimes when the ball gets stuck on the rim, it's because the magnet. That's the magnet.
I don't believe that. I believe in that real life shit that they investigating. Motherfuckers shaving points, knowing the mob, knowing about real life shit that we can. I get 10 points tonight. We can get 10 M's. I believe in that. They got that kind of real conspiracy going on, and it's been forever. It's been forever. Gambling. People don't know. Gambling is a real disease, man. And you talking about dudes in the NBA that got money. They got 20, 30, 40 million
Don't
dollar
even
contracts.
need to gamble.
Why the fuck is you shaving any points, bro? You know what I mean? But you can get so hooked in with these bosses and mobsters, and you can be owing them something crazy to where you got to do something you don't want to do. And that's what's going on.
No, that probably definitely what it is, but I ain't trying to get in no trouble with the mob, so I'm not going to even investigate how that works. But I got a clue.
Well, you don't even have to say the mob. You could just say the underworld of gambling. Well, I don't give a fuck who they owe. Some bosses is old. See, the mob is bigger than the mob now because when you start dealing with like DraftKings and fucking FanDuel, this shit is $1 billion industry, bro. Gambling is bigger than some fucking mobs from your city. No, this shit is high industry, you know what I mean? But that's the crazy part on how they pick up on that. You know, you could have one of these ball players, 5 of their homies, put 100,000 that they gonna score 20 points tonight. Hold, that set off the alarms for the feds. Hold on, this how y'all win 500 million fucking one game? How y'all knew this was gonna happen?
Because that's when they was like, man, the day to day, I don't care what he said. Bro, you know only 4 people supposed to put in the ticket, man. I'm tired of this.
That's the thing. And they can zone it. It might be just from one city. Damn, 50 boys from Detroit won 500 million off the Celtics game. Oh, we got to look into this. But that's how I think some of them silent alarms go off in betting and stuff for me. You know.
No, that's real rap. So while we in this, you know, this current events and things like that, like, did you vote?
No, honestly, I didn't. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You know what I mean? I vote sometime. I vote mainly in the president's seat, sometime in my local area, but I've been feeling kind of somber with this voting stuff right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. With all going on, and people say you vote to change things, but I believe also in my heart we got to start changing more from within, like from within our families and our community, cause we waiting for
Agreed.
like this big ball to drop that I don't think is dropping for us, and more stuff is happening to us. You know, with like the stop of food stamps and the way things is changing in the economy, that where we're gonna have to be more aware and unified. So if we can't be unified, you know, just to say you voted and wear that voter sticker and we don't come together and do shit after that, I'm kind of against that. You know what I mean? Just my opinion.
No, I dig that. So, you know, do you feel like even if we ain't have food stamps that the Philadelphians would make sure people eat?
Well, believe it or not, we got a lot of people, I think, that care about that from all the stuff they doing at the food banks. You know, they got the food banks, they give out stuff at the houses, vegetables, and a lot of different vessels, all the churches. Philly and PA has a lot of resources. People don't understand. Like, when I lived out in Atlanta, the resource system was so different. I don't know if it's because it was a Republican state at the time, but all that lie heap and a billion stamps forever, that shit ain't like that. I'm just telling you. The utilities, everything was different. Like the cost of living for us, like your rent or mortgage might be lower, but your utilities is high and there's no resources to get them lowered. Out there, people can't pay their high utilities. They got to go to the church or something like that. It's not like Philly. We got $1 billion allotted to lie heap every year. People get lowered gas and electric bills. See, it ain't like that everywhere. That's why you gotta travel and know. Then you come back to the town and appreciate the stuff that we got.
You know, it ain't all as bad as you think it is.
Yeah. You run your ass back to the water bill $400 or $500. Hold on. Yeah. So I know, man.
So during this time, I'm back on this hiatus. Like you ain't have no like you ain't like I had a dream. Like you ain't like get no like revelations. Like no FILOOSH. Like.
Well, it just made me like want to come back even harder. Sometimes I just sit back and see the whole landscape. Even like with podcasting, you see 1 million more people starting podcasts. A lot of people be asking me, what's this podcast shit, bro? You know what I tell people? Like with fashion, music, and everything, it's levels to this shit, man. You're going to have 1 million people doing everything. but it's the person that's consistent, that's looking for that high quality, that clarity, that's coming up with the right topics, really getting people in tune, people to subscribe. That's who's gonna get to it. You know what I mean? So it ain't about everybody being in the same circle doing the same thing. It's who gonna take this to the next level.
Hmm.
And I'm one of them guys to take it to the next level. All throughout my life, with anything I'm mixing with. So it's just
So you taking it to the next level. Okay, let's take it to the next level then. All right, do you believe in BBLROI? And that is women who got them BBLs believe they need to get some return on investment. Like now I got this work done on me. Like, yeah, take me to Punta Cana. Yeah, give me a $90,000 Louis bag. Like, you don't see this work I got done on me? I cost.
well. See, for me, I'm kind of a bad guy to answer them questions because I'm from a different school. I'm from the old school, so I really like natural bodies. I never been a BBL guy. I never even been with a woman that had a BBL. Honestly, you
How
know what
you
I mean?
know?
Cause I do inspections. I do inspections on the body, man. I strip them down, let them get naked. You know what a surgical body look like? Something been attached, something. A lot of the BBLs you can look to, look at a woman's body with their clothes on. A lot of them have on them little what you call them swimsuits to keep
Little
everything.
spandex Jones, yeah,
Yeah, so
little
they wear the
body
joints.
suits.
You know when they got the bodies done, man. The fucking hips bigger than the legs, man. You know how this
Oh
shit
my
go.
goodness. Oh my
You
goodness.
know they got they joint that. But listen, I'm not mad at that. Some women, that's not a bad thing. Like I'm not a judgmental man. You know what I mean? Like that's just my preference. Another man might love BBLs, might love bodies that been surgically tapped. So that's just not me. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at nobody, but for
I'm just saying,
women,
do you think they should start demanding things? If you didn't demand things before the BBL, do you think they should be demanding things afterwards?
no, I think it's a mental thing. Like they think like once I go get it, God is gonna up my stakes. Like God's gonna be like, damn, like I might should cash app, I might should spend a bag, I might should fly out. So because it come with all them pictures, it come with some makeup, some spicy stuff. They might be club twerkers. So it's so many ways they lure us men in. We got the eye of a tiger. So man be looking at their little page, they twerking in the club with their BBL, they smoking on the hookah.
Mm.
Now the guy ready to inbox him. Hey, 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 hey. So you know how the game go. That crowd is that crowd. I ain't mad at him. Like I say, I'm not judgmental for the women who get the BBLs.
Mm.
But my natural women, I love y'all, man. I ain't mad at you. Keep doing what you're doing.
No, that's what's up. So, if you could, what's your dream type? If you could put your woman together, like in the 2025, not an old school woman. Like you gotta put your woman in best with the best is 2025 got to offer.
Well, see, me, I want a woman that supports her man thought process and can be led. So we in a world where a lot of women can't be led by their man, and the reason why, the respect level is not high enough.
Mm.
You have to respect your man and be led by him, and this is a deep thing. So I don't want to deal with no woman that don't think I'm a leader,
Mm.
that don't think I'm leading them properly. Because everything they do on the level of me for respect is not going to make sense. Because they're not happy, they're not complete. So they think my leadership is all. So that's where a lot of men go wrong at. We got to find a woman that respects us enough to think that we're a leader. And then they could be led by us. So, and also in a sense, for men, all of us don't have ourselves together to lead.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I'm big on let's take some time. to build ourselves as men before we get around these women that's looking for a leader. So
And what do that look like? What do taking the time out to build yourself as a man look like?
that's a spiritual, mental, physical. That's a all. That's an all around cleanse. You know what I mean? Sexual. So we got to be in control of ourselves. You know, a lot of men we want to have fun without the work. We want to fuck 10 women and we don't have a job. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know how we gonna eat. Our shit ain't together. So sometimes you gotta take time off from everything. You know, get your finances in order. Make sure you got a proper place to stay. Get our license. Make sure we driving. You know, have our little gun license. Keep ourselves up. Make sure we taking care of ourselves. Check on our health. Go to the doctors. Go to the dentist. This is what men gotta focus on before we put all our love and attention into a woman. We sacrificing too much and we don't have our shit together. Yeah, we can't run to make a woman happy and we not right. And I really believe that, man. I'm strong on that, man. I don't have to have a woman. You know what I mean? I could coexist just being a single man and figuring it out. And every man don't have that. Yeah.
So fact. So I'm gonna say something. I want you to say fact or myth. A man don't work. A man don't eat.
Fact.
Cheaper to keep her.
I say myth, because I'm going to tell you something. Cheaper to keep her, I'm a man that'll give everything away for happiness. So, you know what I mean? You got to ask yourself that. Some guys are being a miserable monster just to say they saved some money. You know what I mean? So, I'm totally fucking different, man. Take everything. Give me a bag with 2 pair of shoes. I'm going to figure the rest out. That's the kind of guy I am, you know what I mean? So, well, I never say cheaper to keep him. I say happiness has no price, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So if someone wanted to get to know FILOOSh, like what would be the best? What would be the best place to get to know you?
Honestly, work or business, man, because that's where I'm usually at. I mean, no lie, like,
Individually, like work and business, you're like kind of like distracted with your work and business. Like individually,
well, other than that, I'm a laid back dude. I'm like traveling. I'm out the way. I ain't in the streets the way I used to, but I do get out and network, go to certain events. So, but it's hard to really find my motion. It ain't no good place to find me at. You know what I mean? Because I'm really out the fucking way. And I tell people that in a good way, in a positive way, because the world has changed. So to be in the streets, to be out every weekend, to be at all these events, to be at all these bars and shit becomes a little nuisance. It can be dangerous too. You know what I mean? So you gotta watch where you at. Watch your surroundings.
all right. So scam protectors. A lot. It's like the era of like scamming online, clickbait. You got what's the joint when the girl look one way, but when you see her, she said catfish. Hey, you know what I mean? So like, give your best advice. How can people protect themselves from scams when scam likely call you likely more than any chick ever would?
Well, what you gotta do, we can't be too gullible, and we gotta remember there was a time before this internet exists this way where this the way people talk to you and meet you. So we gotta be safe, man. Like we gotta protect our women. They lowering kids and this shit. Like I'm real big on all that. You know what I mean? I got my 11-year-old daughter on the internet, so you know, inshallah, she's on the right sites and she's not on nothing that's not good for kids, man. Because they saying like even on these little video games, they got weirdo dudes and dudes trying to lure
Oh,
kids and whatever the name of that new game is.
yeah,
All the
roadblocks,
roadblocks as men. Is
everything.
parents suing the owners of I was just watching a story on that, trying to sue the owners of roadblocks and all that, because what's happening is some kids is getting hurt off them video games, man. So all them games that's interactive where you can talk and adults can act like they kids and people can hide behind this stuff, man. You gotta really be careful. And I'm one of them dudes that's really careful. Like, I be thinking all this shit is a scam. Like, man, that's somebody goofy. That's somebody playing on a motherfucking a different profile. Like, I think a lot of this shit be BS. So it be hard for me to see. You know what I mean? I be laughing. So,
So you're going on a camping trip, right?
hmm
Now you could take three about it like big Jones, but alright, like you might mess around and have like a foursome, and they blowing everything you want to do, they with it. Or you could take the this chick like she gonna let you hit, but the whole time is I don't do this. I don't want weed smoke around me. I don't like when people do that. Oh yeah, you can hit, but you gotta wait till I wiggle my butt 4 times, and it's the right time. Like is you taking the big you taking big mamas and them the vibe, or you taking that joint you always wanted to hit, but she gonna put you through it to hit.
I'm gonna say I'm taking Big Mamas just on a fun level, just on a fun level, because I don't like being on trips with nobody that's nagging or not. I'm the type of guy, and I tell women this is funny to say. I can't deal with no women at this age that's not crazy about me, man. And that's not to sound conceited or nothing, because I just believe we in a world where people be halfway liking motherfuckers, like, and it wastes so much time. Like, if
Yeah,
you ain't with nobody that really give you that feeling, and that's male or female, leave them the fuck alone, man.
yeah.
Deal with somebody who really give you that feeling, because it's going to motivate you to do more, to get better, to do better, to strive for more. Some of these people take the air out you, man, make you the fuck upset, man. So,
No, that's true.
I be just trying to really figure it out on the tip, but man, come on, man, let's do what we need to do. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's
You,
just the vibes I be on, man.
you taking big mamas in them.
I like fun, man. You know that when you describe that, that sound like fun. So I was picking that, on a real like fun level, on the kind of person I am, man. I be trying, like, I like to have fun. I'm a calm, laid back guy, but I do like to have a lot of fun, man. I'm be the life of the trip wherever I go. You know what I mean? So I just be turned.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'd have picked big mamas in them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we gotta start keeping it real. See, we in a land where I want to talk about this too. Like, I believe we at a time where a lot of men can't be opinionated, and when we start saying our opinion, then women want us to shut up, or we talking against women. No, we gotta start having a strong backbone and opinion as men, especially as minority men, so we could teach our youngins, we could teach our young men, we could teach our kids. They could really look at us as leaders too, because we've really been dropping the ball with all that shit, man. You know what I mean? So
No, I believe that, man. And what I would say is like when I was a young boy, I used to watch people talk about how they used to go somewhere with their grandpop and they'd catch a turtle and make turtle soup and all this and go out like fishing and all that. Like from a time where a lot of well fathers probably ain't even show people how to like tie their shoes. You know what I mean? And it was an era from maybe the men that was around ain't disappear. I'm gonna say from what I heard because I wasn't alive. From the '60s to the '70s, where men was really teaching men stuff like how to hunt, how to fix cars. You know, not just even if they wasn't good family men, but they was at least teaching a man how to be a man.
right, right. A lot of that stuff is missing. But you gotta remember too, we was in an era where we had strong grandmoms and strong aunties, and we respected our fathers and the men of the community. Like, We had some of that. You know what I mean? Like I had a great grandmom that was a soldier. Grandma that was a soldier. You know, my great grandma Lucy Mama, she held the family down. She had amputated legs, man. She used to cook from the bed, bro.
Mm.
She was different.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Have family gatherings, everybody come. So now we got cliques in our family.
No,
Yo,
that's
I
real
ain't going
rap.
to Boo Boo crib. Yo, so and so gonna be there.
No, that's
Yo, I don't
real.
go on that side. Rah and them gonna be there.
That's
No, dog.
real.
We all fucking family back. You know, when our big aunties and all that, and we had the big parties. You had to come. You know what I mean? I got some older aunts. You know, they still having them parties. You know what I mean? So it
That's
keeps the
real.
family together on a certain level. You know what I mean? Shout out to my aunt Darlene. Her birthday was last week, and we just celebrated with Auntie. But it's all love, man. We gotta get back to that. You know, to just having everybody in the crib and going to check on our family. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna say somebody's name, and you gonna tell me whether you married them or no.
Mm-hmm. I'm following.
Janet Jackson. Right now, Janet Jackson, not Janet Jackson from when you had the poster on your wall.
I already say anytime, any place.
Just right now, Janet Jackson, as is.
Man, I probably would. You know what I mean? Just because she seasoned. See, and when they celebrities, it's hard because we probably done seen her with a lot of different guys throughout the years. But she's seasoned like all other women. Any woman you would deal with her age is a Janet. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely think she a beautiful soul, beautiful voice, took good care of herself. So definitely shout out to Janet. She was my baby when I was young.
Madonna,
Nah, not my type. Mm-mm.
Sade.
We could talk.
um, See, I don't want to say people like Ashanti and like Beyonce because they like already like situated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to think of some. I don't want to give you somebody like, of course, you know what I mean. God make it fun. Rod Digger.
So, yo, I got a question
Rod
to ask.
Digger.
Nah. I'm all right, man. Not my type again. But I got a question. What do you think about celebrities messing with a celebrity like after them? Like G Herbo and Moneybagg Yayo just did the song together. They both messed with the chick, Moneybagg girl. That's G Herb baby mom. But not saying nothing is wrong with that, but it was just good to see them brothers do a song like to show they didn't have any animosity towards each other. But
I feel like famous or not famous, that's a weird situation.
why, man?
But like it's funny. Like I'm the type. Like I'm not. I'm really don't want none of my homies, girl. But a lot of people want like my pups. But would I be lying if I would say like one of my homies drawn? I'm like, yeah, I think I'd have broke my rules if that one would have gave me a chance to ball. I'd be frauding. But for 9 times out of 10, I think it's a million opposite sexes in the world for you to have to. But like, if it's meant and they solely beautiful souls that could like be better than y'all union could ever be, and it's really the best for both of them, then you gotta gracefully bow out and respect that union.
So you saying
If it don't work like it need to be and it happen on my expense, oh yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm hating. Oh, y'all just better fall in love. Oh, y'all just better hit it off. Cause if you got my old chick homie and all these drones out here, oh y'all better be married forever. Y'all better stick together forever. Yeah, that's how I'm in my mind.
so? If your homie talk to your old chick or your baby mom after you saying they gotta stay together forever?
Now, my homie talked to my baby mom, and my kids ain't grown all the way already, and I ain't away from that at all. I don't know if I'm gonna be not arrested or not.
God damn! You said arrested. God damn, bro.
Now you sprung my kid. I'm cool with anything outside
You
of my
should have asked
children.
when you hit the baby mom. Hold on.
Yeah, see, that's different. We talk about girlfriends.
But you just got different kind of men out here, man. So I try to be really appropriate with men and their spouses, man. I ain't never looking at my folks, you know what I mean, spouse or nothing like that. I believe we gotta be appropriate at some point.
You
You know what
see
I
what
mean?
I'm
Like
saying?
there's too many
that's
women,
hideous.
there's too many men in the world. We gotta start trying to stay appropriate, man. Leave your people folks alone, man.
Bottom line.
Yeah, and all you guys who like dirty leftovers, man. Leave something on the table, bro. You know, we can't take all leftovers. So, everybody is somebody leftovers, but when it's like something close to you, man, leave that shit alone, bro. That's
It,
just
it,
me.
it's like you just couldn't wait. At some point, I'ma feel like you like me, bro. You something wrong with you, bro. Cause it's like we would just be like, bro, you ain't even let her detox from me from 30 days, bro. My balls was just all in her mouth, bro. And you already like, bro, she
Some
ain't even
guys don't
detox from
care
these
about
balls
that,
yet,
bro.
bro.
Some guys like that
That's
shit.
what
They
I'm
might turn
saying.
them on. Like, God, you don't care about nothing, brother?
like, bro.
Fuck, you gotta see videos or something. But see, as men and women, we gotta start learning how to let each other go too. I've been seeing a lot of like psych situations where we trying to hurt each other or think each other is owned by each other. Like, motherfucker don't want you, they want to cheat. You dealing with a whore, a freak, or your man like to fuck a lot of women. Whatever the case is, know that we just human, and sometimes it ain't the right mix, man. Don't hurt
Right.
nobody. Don't go to jail. I mean,
I'm saying like don't bring your whore around the players. That's just a little game because like the moment you heard that whore gonna hit all the players, all the fellas that make you hurt and bleed.
that's the
And
test.
your dude and your mans and them shit already know she on some nut stuff, but then she can kind of smell the one of your mans that don't get no cheeks. She know the one.
That's the
You know
test.
what I mean?
That's the
So
test.
it's nutty, man.
The women and the dynamic of like the fellas is always gonna test us. Oh, you did this, man. I'm gonna try to fuck one of your little homies, them cornball niggas anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just throw the bait out there, and half of us,
Fall for it.
shit, she could put a sexy outfit on her IG. He all in the inbox. I hit it too. I know y'all going through something. God
That's
damn,
like,
bro. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Another important fact we don't never really tap on. Watch how you tell your business to people. Watch who you confide in, women and men.
yeah.
I'm a more reserved type man. Man, like I talk my shit, but I don't gotta tell a man all my business or something that'll hurt me. You know what I mean? Something that'll be used against me. So watch who you confide in, man.
Because everything you say will be used against you.
And for the women, a lot of your girlfriends and stuff you gonna tell your business to would die to be with a man like the one that you got. So you gotta watch out sometime for the bullshit. The monkey wrench. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
So,
watch people advice.
so, like you're an actor or whatever like that. Like your life. Like if FILOOSH could name his life in a movie, you take two movie titles that was already out and name your life, name your movie. For instance, um, Money Talks on Friday. You feel me? If I was to name my life, it'd be Money Talks, in the movie Friday, whatever like that. But that was corny, and I just threw it out there as an example. I really didn't think about it. But chores, I don't want chores to be corny, and you know what I mean.
Man, I'm gonna tell you the movie that always gave me the feeling. It's not even an East Coast movie. Like the movie was close to my heart was like Boys in the Hood, man. Like on some real like.
Like, come on, bro. That movie is like gangster, bro. I'm talking about the name your life, bro. What was
My
your name?
life, my life. See,
Damn.
my life.
Philly is Boys in the Hood. I ain't gonna hold you, but I
But
was
listen,
trying.
my life. I actually wanted to do a movie book, and I wanted to be called "Son of a Gun." And the reason is, my dad was one of the biggest gangsters in the city, right? And I want to tell the story like leading from his life and the mine because it's like a real powerful story. You know what I mean? Like we come from Richard Allen projects. My dad was one of the first guys to really sell crack rock and all that shit in the projects and really try to turn something negative into something positive, you know, like really taking us out of that environment and sending us to good schools and shit. So I believe like the story is so crazy. Like that's my real story and book, like Son of a Gun. Son of a Gun is the first single that I ever recorded in the studio. The track was called Son of a Gun. So like all that shit be real close to my heart leading up to now. But that's my true movie. Past anything like, you know, fantasy wise and all that. Son of a Gun. That's what I would really the best way I would answer that. You know what I mean? For how I feel.
If you was a wrestler on the WWF, what would your name be and why?
Oh man. I actually used to tap into wrestling a little bit, man. Shit, man. No, I ain't gonna say that, man. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I ain't gonna
No,
answer
bro,
that.
it's
But
for
I ain't
fun.
gonna answer that.
It's like a
'Cause I had a
thought.
couple of things went to my head, but I ain't gonna answer that.
No, bro, come on, bro.
I'ma leave
It's
that.
fun. It's fantasy,
I'm
bro. It's like
gonna leave that. I'm
it's
gonna
like
leave that.
NFL fantasy, but this is for loose fantasy sports, bro. Like,
Man, listen. My joint gonna be my wrestler name Killer Black.
mm, and who you the pin with? Like, who you the pin with? Like Hulk Hogan and them?
Yeah, I'm fighting
like,
Hulk Hogan, Jake this thing. I'm fighting the old school boys. You know what I mean?
pick one tag team partner out of all of them. Pick a tag team partner.
Hulk Hogan was my man when I was a kid on some real reps. I don't know why. When I was young, you know, when I was in my younger years, and then I got out of wrestling when I started feeling like it was so fake and shit. You know what I mean? I ain't really fucking look at that shit.
So who your fantasy tag team wrestling partner to go against the Bushwhackers?
I said Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake, something like that.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
I can see you and Jake the Snake.
something old school, man. Yeah.
That'd be a good job.
But yeah, I used to be into it a little bit. Got out of the wrestling, looking at that shit, man. But yeah, that's what I'm on, man. You know, it's real good to be back, man. Back in this element. Back talking to my man Fran, man. Like we got a lot of work to do.
You
He
know.
don't even know what's going on right now, but we got a lot of work to do. Just in being consistent and building, because I believe without a team, we not shit. You know, so part of the FILOOSH, you know, where I'm going with this shit, Fran is a big part of that, my man in the background talking that shit. And we're going to interview him on the show. He one of the hottest artists in the city.
Yeah.
He been doing a lot of shows. He been tearing shit up. I know he had a show last night. He tearing the city up. Had a big show with E-Nuts. So I'm proud of him too, man. And we're going to magnify all that because as brothers, we got to start uplifting each other. We gotta start putting each other on a pedestal. Stop looking at it like everybody else is stars. We all stars, man, and start magnifying our shit, man. That's all.
No, yeah, though. Getting back to that Black Wall Street, man.
Yeah, let's get some money, man. You know, I'm big on that. I'm always chasing the paper, and I'm trying to keep it positive. You know what I mean? So I'm always innovating and trying to keep my brothers right. You know what I mean? Trying to keep us all. You know, taking an excerpt from the Quran, you know, wanting for your brother what you want for yourself. A lot of that is gone. A lot of us selfish right now, so.
So if you can get a God BBL, they came out with some God BBLs where you could just go to the doctor and be like, yeah, bro, I want to be like 6'3". I want abs. Like,
We all cutting our beard burleys off, dog. We cut off. We get motherfucking 12 packs, man. But believe that shit probably really exists already in the way that the world is. But that shit probably so unhealthy, I can cut this belly off tomorrow, but I'm gonna tell y'all a secret: the women love the belly, man. They pay to lay on it, but I ain't gonna go that far. But
he said OnlyFans. He got belly pics. OnlyFans belly pics.
you know what I mean.
I
So
get
the whole
500
thing
belly
is like,
pic.
you know, they probably that shit. Like I said, probably exists, but we gotta get it naturally. Like change our eating, work out, really detox our bodies, man. They even keep that up. Once you get all them surgeries and stuff, you still gotta go to the gym, man. So let's just try to work out, eat better. All of us, man.
No, that makes sense. Now the reason why I said that, cause the mental space, like, can you just imagine, like, even having a mind state of getting like some type of male BBL, like, what you on, like, it just was a mental. Is that make you feel like a little mental insanity? Just the thought process, like, what?
Yeah, it's like
I want to be
times change, man. What you hear today? Shit, when we was kids, any kind of surgery sound expensive and not even for our folks, not even for our people. So, times changed a lot. We gotta keep up with the time. You know what I mean?
So what do you mean times change a lot? Keep up with the times, like you gotta be like.
No, I'm just saying, like when we was younger, that wasn't a known thing. Like a lot of minorities and people getting surgery and BBLs, it was unheard of. So I'm just saying, in the changing of times, like what the times we in today, that's like the norm. You hear about it a lot. So I'm just saying.
So what you think? What that era was like better, or you just saying different?
Me being a natural guy, I always was think it's better and healthier. I think it's harder when women think that they got to be held to this standard. They got to look this size. That if they ass don't look this way, men ain't gonna want them. And I think overall, there's a lot of misunderstanding with that because half of these guys would mess with them if they had the BBL or not. So it's a
No,
little.
no, that's the truth, you know. And the reason why I'm trolling, because a lot of women don't even know. Like, if I gotta wake up and you gotta go in the bathroom for like 45 minutes to come outside to appear as you every day, like they ain't it. They ain't it. Like, if I can't just put my hands through your PZE.
Hold on, I got a question
like,
to ask you, man. I got a question. It sounds like you ran into a BBL, man. You had a BBL.
No, Skinny Big Papa, like doing a lot of performing. I'm on these stages, and I'm doing a lot, and it's like BBLs is all around, bro. In show business, it's like BBL and show business is like they ain't going hand in hand. And most times I'm convincing women that they don't need them. Like, I be just doing my real best. Like, I know y'all see me up here with all these girls with big butts and all that, this, that, and the third. But trust me, like, they ain't with every man. Just the moment making you get a big butt ain't gonna change your life, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could have took $10,000 and bought some property and changed your family life, but you in a butt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you crazy. No, you're not crazy. I don't know. I don't want to be judgmental. You know what I mean? That's just the thing.
It's the world we in, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a judgmental man. I like to embrace women' true beauty. So I'm not no size man. Damn, she got to be this size. If you ain't this size, mom, you fat. Oh, look at them stretch marks on you. I believe once women start having kids and get to a certain age, we're going to have little defects on our body, man. We got to be realistic. You know what I mean?
What it is.
But we got to still also, too, try to stay healthy, attractive, and, stay right for our mates and anything else, too. Go to the gym, try to eat healthy. Don't just get lazy. Don't have, we start having kids eating bonbons, eating in the fucking bed, eating cereal and chips everywhere. No, keep it neat. Keep it neat. Try to get your vegetables, your fruit in, your peanuts, and, some good water in you. Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. This the nut stuff that Skinny do to boost some woman confidence, and I don't care. Say if a woman got stretch marks, I will look in between her stretch marks lines and say, "Girl, it ain't about a thing. I eat all that up. Foop is all that. Yeah, I tear all that up, ma. I'm
No,
a
that
grown
no,
man, ma. I
no.
take
That's what
care
I
of
tell him.
baby.
I
You know
tell him.
what I mean?"
I say, take all that off, baby. You don't have to hide. I'm not one of them kind of guys. Get that T-shirt off. Stop running back there. You try to hold the fucking towel while you do anything. You ain't got to do that, baby. You know the chick holding the
Yeah,
towel.
you
She
hear me
doing
cracking
everything.
up.
Hold that
I'll
motherfucker.
follow you.
Let that go,
Let
girl.
that go, man. Freedom sleep, girl. Let it out, girl. I ain't one of them, ma. You only blocking your own blessings at this point, ma.
But see, man, we gotta start getting back to that so women don't feel like they gotta run and get surgeries or they can't be themselves around us. No, let them open up because we all be affecting each other confidence when we like that. You know what I mean?
Yo, you know what's funny about that? Because women be trying to look like women from the internet that none of these dudes pulling. Ain't none of these dudes pulling these internet bitches that y'all trying to look like. Just because they liking them, and liking it and coming home to you, they only can like it because they can't physically touch it or
Now
whatever.
that's the myth. That's the
Like,
myth. And sometimes they don't be who you think they is.
a lot of times they not.
You see them in public, you see them somewhere, they look like, you know what I mean?
A
So,
lot of times they not because it's show business.
or you wake up, all that stuff melted off their face.
Remember when I said you gotta go in the bathroom for 20 minutes, then come back outside to like a. No, I want to rub my hand through your hairs.
But see, that's where you, even with hair and all that, some of them women, you go to, you got to pay for it. You know, don't mess up the, you know, they got this tied up. They got the bonics on and everything. They don't want you rubbing nothing. You going to mess up that $1,000
Talking
weave.
about that's John too. Like, come on, man. All them wigs ain't $2,000 too.
What
I
you
ain't
say?
know about all
Something
them
up in the front of the hair store?
Yeah. I ain't trying to hear all that now. Like,
2 for $75 Remy in front of the hair store. Oh, man.
yo, like, don't come around me. You're talking about 200 for eyelashes, but I'm an eyelash killer. Like, don't even come around me and get cooked because you think I'm going to give you $200 because I just pounded your eyelashes messed up and they cost $200 because they threaded and beaded. Yeah, you need
No,
to
that's a
be.
thing, man. You can't mess up their hair or eyelash. That's a thing. No,
Yeah.
that's a thing. Like,
Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
that be the favorite show. You paying for that. My homie had me dying. He loved to smoke while the chick's there. He said, the chick say, you can't do that no more. You gonna have to pay. He say, all right, I'm gonna put it out. He blowing
I
the
don't want
gas.
nothing to charge
He
me
blowing the
extra.
gas in the weave here.
Like, yo.
But you know, man, everybody
So
different.
the
Man.
moral of that is no, and we love all races of women. We not it's not one color race of women that don't put eyelashes on and we because the most of these things they got was from Hollywood and we know our sisters just was able to get on TV.
Yeah.
So all that makeup and all them extensions and all that stuff, all that came from Hollywood. They weren't doing that in the jungle.
That's crazy, man. We gotta get back to our natural sense, man. Let's have fun, man. All that shit that get all over your pillow, all over your bed, the fucking hair everywhere you look. Listen,
Sinks,
take that, make
the
it
sink,
off.
the tub
Hey, go
clogged
a
up.
hot white rag. Take all the shit off. I see you in the flash. You know what I mean?
Like,
So I'm one of them boys, man. I embrace true beauty, man. I'm not looking for you to be perfect.
you understand?
You know,
Because you
so-
never know who could be comfortable with truly you if you decide to be comfortable with truly you. The more comfortable with you, the more comfortable I come with you. You know what I mean? And can you tell them that FILOOSH, like in the camera? Can you just tell them the truth about how we really feel about these women?
Man, what it is, man, we gotta have our self-esteems right before we meet each other. Some people want you to make them feel really good, and everybody don't have that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I always get big. Always on FILOOSH Talk, I talk about self-building for young men, for young women. Be into yourself first, so your mate or that dude ain't gotta make you feel like $1 billion. You see what I'm saying? that's only going to enhance, you know what I mean, your love and your feeling. When your man tell you you're beautiful, or you look good today, or boop, 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 boop. But if you looking to live life off somebody affirmation and somebody telling you this shit and that, life don't always work like that. Men, women don't understand this too about men. Sometimes we running through the play so hard, we be busy, like we miss out on a couple of those things. Whether it's romance, time, little thing, a lot of stuff that women be saying we lacking, cause we trying to run the play. A lot of time we behind and shit that we needed to do in life. That self building time, we ain't took that time. So on the back end, we grinding, we hustling harder.
Hey, you got me, man. You just hit me with the self building time. Cause you know what else we don't learn about men? Like as men, we don't learn like courting. Like we don't know how to. We look at a girl, oh, you cute, you sexy, ooh, you might. We don't like. All right, what's your IQ? Do you have any mental problems? Like, is your dad a killer? Do you got 5 baby dads that take care of none of 8 of them kids? Like, we don't do that.
We don't have no standards, and that's because we not self built enough. We easily led. So a woman could say, "Yo, you my boyfriend. You get ready to have a baby. You getting married." No, how many men really want that? How many men really yearning for that? To make a baby tonight, to get married tomorrow, to live with a woman. So we gotta really want that on both parties for it to be successful. So if we do anything that's forced, it's never gonna be successful. You know what I mean? So that's where the self building on both parts come in at. And that's why a lot of this stuff fall apart fast. We be saying we ready for relationships, but we ain't even ready to date, man.
Yo, we not, and the advice I give, like, I remember fresh out of college, there ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, when a grown woman is gonna accept somebody that don't got nothing and don't even know, like, who you are, she trying to catch you before you even do that so she could say she raised you in a man and make you owe a gratitude, a debt to her to be her slave. Like, because it's like, no, like you ain't let that man get his life together, Carney, bro. That man 19, just got you talking about like, and then you stayed with him to 27, so he ain't even get a chance to experience life because he been up under you.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth.
Like, so a lot of times these men get created because a woman know they got an underdeveloped man, but you not letting him grow with your fears of him growing beyond you.
Right, right. That's important. That's important. But see, as men, and that's important. You said that, like talking about in the youth stages of like 19 and all that. I'm giving a lot of men the game of no, 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 no relationship, no making a baby, no living with a woman. Build, get you something that you can stand on, whether it's a college degree, a trade, a barber's license, a CDL, a plumbing, electrician, working for the city, working for the gas company, working for SEPTA. We have to have something we can stand on as men, and it's not just our woman and we live with her. You know, when a woman meets you and you have your own place and you can invite her over and you can cook her dinner and she see you got your bathroom clean and you decorate a little bit, she respect you more. You know, her pussy get wetter. I mean, and that's what we want to be as men. You know, we want to have our shit together to where women ain't frowning down on us. This little clown ass nigga ain't got no paper. It's fucked up all the time.
Yo.
He always ain't got nothing. He got a sad story. He want to come sleep at my house, eat my fucking kids' snacks. Yeah, you can't be a sucker and expect to be treated like a king. You got to show them king status. Yeah, we kings, man. Yeah, that's how we move, baby. I'm not regular. Man, I'm not eating up your kids' snacks. What all I want to eat? Get them 2 little Caesars pieces. You know what I mean? We gonna get
No,
them something.
that's
You know what I mean?
that's real rap because speaking for myself, why where I feel like I felt in those situations. I said them certain situations because it was certain situations that happened. I ain't know no goddamn better. So in my mind, they situations and all that. But I didn't know who I was, as a man, and you can get robbed before your potential, before you know what the word potential is. And like
True.
what a woman can do is see your potential before you can. What a woman can do, she can see who not your friends. What a woman can do, she can see everything in your corner. Like she can just see so much that you just can't see at the time. And the reason why she can, because she is practicing on how to manipulate all those two skills for
Man.
her. So of course she know who's using you, because they in her way of being able to utilize you the way she want, whether it's good or bad.
And sometime if you really run into the wrong demon, she'll start manipulating the people around you and calling them and talking to them and telling them what kind of guy you are. Like, we in a world where you gotta watch who you around, man. Watch who you spread your love to and spread your energy to. You know what I mean? See, I'm one of them guys. I got a loving heart, so I can't be around everybody because some people take you the wrong way. Some people would take that as you sweet, and you gotta turn into the angry bear, the gruesome lion, the fucking crazy dude that you don't want to be. You know what I mean? So the whole thing is you shouldn't have to change yourself and your character watching you around. And that's how I always been like that. And don't be scared to be alone. Don't be scared to be around yourself sometime. Look at yourself in the mirror. You know what I mean? Don't always have to be around a crowd.
Being alone is beautiful. Like, being alone, me being alone is the reason why we, here right now, because ain't nobody around me working no camera, not do no podcast. And if it wasn't me being alone, I'd be selling crack, cause that's what just was around me from people being on the crack. You know what I mean? I remember one day I showed my brother no bull crack. I was 8 years old, and I didn't even know how my brother knew this word. You know what I mean? I said, bro, I said, ain't you so happy nobody in our family's on drugs? He said, man, don't be naive. Now, when I was 8, I didn't know what naive means, so I still thought none of my family was on drugs. He should have just told me, bro, only person in here ain't on crack is us. And then, you know what I mean? I'd have got it, but like short story shorter, man, we definitely gotta do better as elders, just installing positivity. So what positive ways have FILOOSH instilled messages in youth?
Whew, that's a good one, man. Well, funny part about that, I had brought the youth on the podcast last year, man. I taught the youth at a summer camp last summer. Um, and it was a real good experience, man. My homie Rez Reesa called me up. Him and his wife got a nonprofit, and had me work with the kids, teaching them printing, coming up with logos. And then last week I took them to the print shop to print up the logos we came up with. And it was something, man, being around like real teenagers. Because a lot of times we talk about working with the youth and there's no real way to touch them. You know what I mean? So that put me like front line weekly in front of a class. Yo, let's come over here. Yo, y'all got quiet down. So for me, it's hard. I'm really trying through FILOOSH Talk podcast too. I want to bring a couple of my sons on here is talk a lot about that. Like I got a hard hurdle relationship with a couple of my sons. So I want to come up with strategies, parental strategies, stuff that we can do as men to really help the youth and teach the youth. Because, like I say, in all of the stuff that we talk about, respect is the biggest thing. If you don't respect your father, if you don't respect your mate, your husband, your wife, your neighbor, your homie, your friend,
Your mother.
your mother, none of this stuff works, man. You gotta have respect, loyalty, honesty, keep our word, never cross your morals. You know, me and my son, we always debate. He say, Dad, I want to get with you. I want to do some business. I want to do this. I said, son, the only thing that bothers me about you is you let your morals go for the craziest reasons, You're not a loyal person. And I'm not a money type of person. I don't worship money. I believe Allah give it to us and take it away. So, you got to keep your morals intact. I'm big on that, man. And that's just be it. But I love, talking to the youth and helping them. And I try to give my sons and, my daughter a better way than what I had.
No, that's definitely cool because that's probably one of the reasons. Like I want like a better relationship, probably with like my little brothers and stuff like that. But morally, and me having a man, I mean me being a man with 5 children, like I can't invest in no little brother. I had to invest in my children, and it's like we. I'm not saying I'm not big brother, but we are men. Like it's too grown to be giving me any pressure to be anybody big brother. Like my children are getting big. Like y'all have your own children. You get what
But
I
you know what
mean?
it is? I'm going to tell you something about brother and sisters, man. I'm glad you touched on that. We have lost the reason we call each other brother and sister. I'm going to tell you why. My parents worked hard that me and my brother be close and we don't speak.
Mm.
And that's the hardest thing in the world for me because that's like my parents' dream. You know what I mean? My dad was like stuck on that. Like, y'all be close, y'all against the world.
Cause I'm stuck on that with my children.
Don't fight each other, fight the world.
Yeah.
Like, and not to even be able to call my brother and say, "What's up with you, nigga?" It's the hardest thing in the world, you know what I mean? Not even being able to happy birthday, check on his kids, tell you I love you. You know what I mean? And we lost both our parents like a year apart. So, we all have to take accountability on how accessible we want to be. And I tell people when you become a man, it's different than like being a kid. You only accessible as you want to be. Some people don't want to be around family.
At all.
Some people don't want to be around their brother. Some people don't want to be around their mother, their father. Like, it's all choices, man. And it's no excuse. I just hate that person that's at the funeral falling out and you had a chance to love them while they was living. That's all.
Yeah, that's one thing I could say for the most part, the creator helped me with because, I'm always, I might feel some type of way, but the love and it's not one person that I can come across or came across me and said they didn't benefit from being around me, even if it was a handshake, a smile, or you can do it. I ain't say I had enough to lend my talent, skill, or whatever to everybody, but like, you know what I mean? I can't name one soul around me that I ain't get a like to. Like, you know what I mean? And the bare minimum, I be just trying to tell my kids that, like, it's no way in the world you ever gonna be able to go somewhere and say I'm hungry, and if they know you're my child, they're gonna feed you. Like, bare minimum, just be that person. You don't gotta be famous. You don't gotta be the greatest doctor. Be that person that people could say exemplify and model good character. You don't gotta have shit but good character.
Right, right. And see, that's the biggest thing. Like, we lost so much character and love for each other, man. And we had that. We'll see it more. Because you got to understand, man, too, in our community, it take a village to raise these kids. All that, we trying to do all this shit by ourselves. That's why we losing. You know what I mean? We got to be able to call on everybody. We brothers out here working hard, getting to it. We ain't even around our kids all the time, all day. So we
Impossible.
gotta have that village. If it's family members, your mate, anybody that works on making sure our kids is straight. You know what I mean? So we gotta remember that, man. Like I come up around a village, man. So all
Yeah,
this.
you come up around a village because I was just making a joke the other day. Anything that's like from a project, because you said you from Richard Island, all them joints called villages and homes at the end.
Hmm.
So I read a bit. You say you come from a village. I said, yeah, because the shorty got me was like, come to the middle of this two tall apartment complexes I gets ready to join. I see Blumberg Homes. I'm from South Philly. I'm like, damn, most homes is normally anyway, had me in the trenches and stuff like that.
The
But
crazy part about Richard Allen, I want to say something. I moved from Richard Allen when I was like 10 years old, man. And the crazy part, I was just at Barber's Hall with the whole Richard Allen, man, with a lot of the folks. You know what I mean? From Richard Allen last Friday night. And it was a good feeling, man. They showed me a lot of love, man. Like I said, my dad is a legend, man. I'm the son of a gun, man. So people just remember my family, my mother, father, us from when we was kids. It's just all good vibes, man. You know, I've been in two parts of the city, you know, the best of both worlds. Being from Richard Allen, raised uptown, Vernon Road, baby. So, you know, I seen a lot.
and that's a lot of history. I don't like try to get too much into it, but as far as like that Ram Squad era, it's like a great era. It's like the good, the bad, and different is a touchy topic, but at the end of the day, that was like an amazing era of Philadelphia and the fame and the mob and the street. It was really New Jack City. So
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, me coming up in that shit, like, man, before like the rat and everything that Ram Squad and Tommy and them got into, Tommy like grew up before his time, man. Like I remember seeing Tommy Hill like gambling and wearing slacks and silk shirts. He like 10 years old, driving at 12 and all that crazy shit.
that's what
So
I'm saying. You gotta
we
give
came
that
up in
man
an
credit.
era, yeah,
He's
like
before
so.
his time.
And Frank Bank, shout out to Frank Bank. He was a fucking legend, man. Just the way he organized Ram Squad. His dream was heavy before a lot of rap guys was doing it big in the city of having a squad, having a clothing line, having 10 Ram trucks pull up and all that. Like they was doing that big. Nelly down Richard Island, they got four wheelers and all that shit going through the projects. So we come from, legendary shit. We got Wanye from Richard Island. He was doing It's So Hard to Say Goodbye video over 8th Street when I was young. Like, that's legendary shit, bro. That's really legendary shit, man. So, we just got to pay homage. That's all it be.
No, that's real rap. I ain't want you to think that I was slipping in my pimping, and when you kept saying Richard Allen and son of a gun and like, you know what I mean? I wasn't doing no implications. You understand?
Oh, man, I'm going to talk my stuff.
But I know what was going on because my pop was a player, right? And for some reason he had a lot of Project Jones, but I was young. I ain't get what's going on. I ain't even know I was in Richard Island. You get what I'm saying?
Until you got older.
No, because that song was Richard Island, how we do, how we do. So that's how I knew I was in Richard Island, because they was blasting the song and everybody was hype. I wasn't from there. I ain't get it. I ain't know this was the project theme song.
Anthem,
and they looking at me like, no, nigga, this ain't MC Hammer. I don't know this nigga. These niggas only know niggas. I didn't even know they was really signed. Like, it ain't even hit me. Like, yeah, I heard the song on the radio, but in my mind, I'm from the hood. I don't think people from the projects can be famous. Like, it was a real, so that's why I give them credit, because I ain't even think stuff like that was in existence. Like, it's famous project people. I know that sounds crazy.
They was dealing with
but I was a kid. I was like 10 years old.
They was dealing with Universal and all that back then, major record label shit. That's how they got in with Nelly. So, they was on a major level. But people don't know Ram Squad was making good studio tracks back then. Like they had a couple of little anthems, man. Like they was really in the booth. To me.
Ain't nothing but gangsters up in here. Ain't nothing but all
that was a hit. Like in the clubs.
No, that was a hit. Yeah.
In the clubs, man, listen. Ass it up. This is squad. You know what I mean? Like
they had great production.
You could play that anywhere and everybody going crazy in the city, man. Like
they had the great
city.
Production.
They had the city, and sometimes as great artists, even shout out to the Ram, we can't drop the ball. Like the Ram could have went so many high places from what they started. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the Philly artists, man. We can't be dropping the ball though, man. Let's get this paper. Let's stay focused. You know what I mean?
So anything you gotta tell them before We sign off today.
Man, just look forward to the hottest fucking shows. You know, just we on a mission right now, and we gonna stay positive, do a lot for the community, do some stuff for the youth, have some real good people up here that can motivate the community too. But we also gonna highlight talent, stay close to the artists, stay close to the streets. FILOOSH Talk back, man. That's it. We signing out. My man Fran Daddy SP,
Yeah,
he in the building. Look for his interview to come on FILOOSH Talk. Other than that, we out, man. Good show. All love, baby.
Hey, yo.